Hey, what's happening? It's your dude, the merciless Reese L. Black. Welcome back to the booth. I just want to go ahead and say a big shout out and thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome to the booth. Now let's go ahead and get right into it. So this is actually a first. I got DM'd, by a subscriber or supporter. I just want to say thank you, shout out. And they actually sent me a video that they would like my opinion on. I know that it's actually been somewhat viral. I'm not really on TikTok that much. If I do TikTok, I'm like, I got like my son on there, or I'm doing like a workout video or something. Feel free to follow. But I'm not really into TikTok because it's just a hot mess. But when this was sent to me and they asked me to give my opinion on it, I was just like, I don't know. But why not? So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be my first opinionated reaction to a video that was sent to me, and let's go ahead and hop right into it.
I'm gonna try to say this as delicately as I possibly can, but money is quite literally the only thing a lot of cishet men bring to the table. No, because really think about it. Most of you guys can't stay faithful. Most of you don't possess emotional intelligence, so women are left doing the emotional labor in the relationship. Most of y'all don't carry your weight when it comes to the housework or the children. And most of you guys can't satisfy women sexually, which means the bulk of your value stems from how much money you make. On top of that, a lot of cishet men don't even like women, so why are we acting like this isn't a two-way street? The same way women will enter relationships with men solely for money is the same way in which men enter relationships with women for consistent sex. Women don't seek out men with money because we're just manipulative users by nature. It's because we see through men, and we know that if we attach ourselves to someone who barely sees us as a person, we may as well be getting something out of it.
If you want to call that delicate, I mean, damn. But what I want to say is this: when I see videos like this, I often wonder, is it bait? Because the thing is, a lot of people are doing stuff like this on TikTok. So if it's something just for the views, because there's a lot of people out there, of course they feel like this, but is it authentic? Is this really how you feel? Or do you just know that there's a bunch of people out there who feel like this and you want them to follow you and they want you to view the vid so it can end up going viral? Unfortunately, today's time, yes, I'm gonna have to agree with what she said on that note. In the beginning, men are always going to be in an investment, whether it is economic or whether it's just for protection and security. That's mainly what we're here for. Before all you, some of you men go in, just think about this. What do you naturally do in order to attract a woman? What you naturally end up doing is you make yourself established as if you are already responsible. Look at the way you dress. Look at like the promotions you try to go for, how much money you try to make. You're always trying to make more money, of course, to make your life better, but also let's look at what type of cars that you're into. Or if you have a goal, what type of house do you want? What type of car do you want? And the next thing you know, how do you shop? Yes, you may be doing all of this for yourself, but you know damn well women are going to love what you're wearing and what you're driving, where you're working, what you do, your status, or even how much money you make. You know that, so let's not play dumb. So in essence, yes, we are an investment. But what's actually cool about this is that you actually get to choose who you want to date, who you want to provide for, who you want to protect, who you want to make secure, who you want to love, who you want to be the mother of your children, who you want to marry, who you want to commit to. This is your choice. So yes, I have a daughter. And you're damn right, I want her to be with the best man that she can find that will not only protect her, but she will also love back. Like, I love this man because he loves me and I want to have his children. And on top of all that, he's a responsible male that makes sure that everything is going to be fine and set in place for our future. So yes, men, you are an investment. Most of you men can't be faithful. It's sad because, of course, a lot of us personally know a lot of men who are very loyal and very faithful to their woman. Why? Because that's their first choice. Men are normally going to step out on somebody that is not their first choice because they know there's going to be consequences to that. They love this woman. A lot of you guys are actually like head over heels over somebody right now. A lot of you guys are in love with a woman right now. but that's going to be another video. But honestly, I know a lot of women out there may argue that no, it don't matter if this is the man's choice, if this is the man's preference. He's going to cheat. I'm going to tell you something. You have to have a desire or an excuse, reason, justification to cheat. There's plenty of men who could pretty much travel somewhere and not even cheat on their woman because they don't have the desire to, especially if they have a woman that gives them consistent sex at home because she loves making love to this man. Trust me, we don't care about any other woman because the woman that we are in a committed relationship right now, this is our first choice. This is who we prefer. Yes, a lot of them are not loyal because they have not yet found their first choice because they are afraid to approach their first choice. They are afraid to go after their preference because they know deep down inside they do not want to be rejected. And of course, when a man gets rejected, especially if he's experienced rejection too damn much, he's going to end up hating women. So he usually goes for the low-hanging fruit, what he think he can pull. And then while he's in a committed relationship with that woman, he's going to step out and see if he can do better. Now, yes, a lot of men are emotional unavailable to their women because once again, it's not the first choice. But then again, if a woman is showing that she's unavailable emotionally, then he's going to go ahead and match the same energy. Yes, it's possible. But the thing is, when men end up discussing what happened in their past relationship, which is why they're having a struggle dating, and they end up meeting somebody that they like, and of course she asks him, what happened to your last relationship? And he names these things like less sex, she wasn't emotionally available, she was too demanding, too bossy. It's a slim chance that she might actually believe him because in society, what we have now is all men cheat. So when we pretty much have this space where of good men who actually have been hurt, who've been burned, who've been robbed, who've been emotionally robbed, of course, look, this is what we speak about, but it's unheard of. No one wants to feel sorry for a man. We're supposed to be men of steel. So when a man gets hurt or gets his heart broken, it's really, really hard for a woman to actually believe that. And now, no matter how sincere we can be about it, like, nah, this is true. I love the hell out of the woman and I was hurt. There's not much representation of men who were hurt. There's no commercial representation of men who were heartbroken. But this is what's interesting here. This is where we got to be careful, because when we have a whole lot of women talk about that a lot of men don't carry their weight or they don't do what they're supposed to do around the house chore wise, you kind of got to really make in detail, okay, what is the family size? Like, don't give me that, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that, just so you can chill out and scroll on your phone, because that's what a lot of folks do now. But if you're talking about what? Outside work, mowing the lawn, pulling weeds, chopping wood, washing the car, most men do that. But then we're also in an age where a lot of couples really are not homeowners. We're renting apartments. So now, of course, the chore list is going to get a little bit smaller. So if you're in, let's just say if you're in like a small family unit in an apartment, and once again, she cooked, she wants you to wash the dishes. If there's a compromise there, yeah, fellas, go ahead and help your woman out. She done cooked for y'all. And if y'all got kids, she done cooked for y'all and the kids. Go ahead and get your ass up and wash them damn dishes. I mean, it's not a biggie. I'm sure your mama made you wash the dishes when you were a kid. That was part of your chores, and you got your cute little $10 for lunch money. So as a grown man, there's nothing wrong with helping your woman out like that. Don't be an asshole. But I kind of do wish she would have itemized this. Now, when it comes to the children, now I wish that would have been detailed as well. What do you need this man to do for the children? Because most men, they're changing diapers, but that's where I think it's going. When the baby needs to be changed, are you checking to see if your child peed, if they pooped? And do you go ahead and change them on your own without waiting for her to let you know, hey, your child went, handle this? Do you bathe the child? Feed them on your own when you know that they're hungry? Or do you have to like just wait on her to get home so she can fix something and you can feed the baby, whatever? Do you give the children the attention they need? Are you taking to the park? Are you taking them to the park? Are you playing with them? Are you basically playing G.I. Joe or Barbie? What are you giving that child your undivided attention? Or are you just doing your own thing? And I don't want to say playing video games. I want to make this a mature conversation. So I'm going to assume that a lot of these men are 30 plus. I really don't care about if she's discussing men who are under 30, because I've already stressed before that most men really ain't shit under the age of 30. We're still looking for ourselves. We're still trying to figure out our own purpose. I wish y'all would have got that shit by now, but that's really what it is. But for the 30 over men, if you are not tending to your children, if you have some, giving all the attention they need because you want to go basically self-entertain, then I can see why a lot of women do complain about that. Raise up off your phone, raise up off the PlayStation, stop hanging out with the homies, chill off the little, homie nights at the club or whatever. There are some times where, yes, a lot of these women do need some me time. And yes, fellas, we need some you time as well. But honestly, a lot of men do not have possession of their children as much as mothers do. Let's just keep the shit real. I know, because when I'm at work and if something goes down with the baby, of course, she tends to the child. Men are no longer sexually satisfying. Now, you guys already know I made a past vid. Basically, the D game is lame. Now, my thing is this. Like I said before, women really do need to detail to men or even their sons. I know it's gross, but how do you expect a man to conquer you sexually if he doesn't have sex education in the classrooms or college or whatever, and he doesn't want or don't have access to pornography? How is he supposed to know? Like, honestly, how do you remember, like fellas, do you remember how you learned how to kiss? Most women told you what they needed, but we really don't have enough women who are gaming men up on kissing first. A lot of y'all would just be like, damn, he was a terrible kisser, and you go ghost on him. You wouldn't even want to go on that second date with him no more. It's like, damn, if you really liked him that much, game him up. What's a satisfactory kiss? Now let's get to the sex part. Because the foreplay, I have a feeling that foreplay is a major part of sex. And I think that's why a lot of women are really banging on men for the low sexual conquest right now. So right now, what do you really want? What is he not doing? Because once the D goes in, is there a complaint? Are you complaining about, the motion, the hip movement? Is he smacking it too hard? Is he squeezing it too hard? Is your leg in a position where you're like, ow, ow, ow? Are you constantly telling them, stop, wait, hold up? What do you guys want? I don't really see too many platforms where women are talking about, fellas, this is what we need. You guys say size don't matter, and men have stuck with that. So if size does not matter, then keep it there. Don't bring up the D size. But if it's foreplay that you want, more foreplay. Do you need soft music? Do you need to be rubbed? Do you need to be caressed? Do you need eye contact? Do you need soft kisses? Then maybe these things really need to be expressed, because you got a lot of pump and dumpers out there. And most men, I get it, fellas, y'all really ain't trying to make love. You're not really trying to do all this kissing to Johnny Gill in the background, and you really ain't trying to give a good little slow motion. Nah, you're trying to go up in there and smash. I know you guys are. A lot of you guys don't appreciate the box. You don't. You just want to go in there and smash because that's all you know. And now the reason why men actually enter into relationships, this could be subjective because every man is different. Some men, yes, will go into a committed relationship because, yeah, the box was hot. I admit it. I'm one of those too. That's because sex is the bonding connection to us. I mean, we have reproductive organs. I've said this before. You're a woman and I'm a man. So of course, physically, when I see you, I'm going to get aroused. If I think that you are very, very physically and sexually attractive, I'm going to want you. Yes, but I'm gonna tell you something. Most men out there, if they really like a woman and the sex is not all that with her, like if she just doesn't give the greatest dome, then what's going to happen is he's going to bypass that. This woman is a sweetheart. This woman is very, very supportive of me. This woman is there for me emotionally. This woman is very feminine. This woman is very understanding. And on top of all that, she has the same future goals I want. She wants to have a family one day. She wants to basically make sure that our children are taken care of in the future. She's down with investments. She's down with retirement. She's down with family vacations. She likes the same things you guys like. So just because her head game is whack doesn't mean that he's going to get rid of her, because on top of all that, her character is the most important. She's very compassionate. When we get into it and we cuss each other out or whatever, She says she apologizes. I apologize. And next thing you know, we look past that and boom, no perpetuation of negativity. That is what a lot of men, honestly, to tell you the truth, most men will take compassion over great head any day. The men who do get into committed relationships just for the sex, which is true. The box was so good, he does not want anybody else to have it. So yeah, he'll end up wifing her up because he doesn't want her to mess with anybody else versus versus him not being able to pull anybody else. He feels like this is my first choice, this is my preference, and the sex is good, I'm marrying her. She can be an asshole, and most likely he will still go ahead and wife her up just because he's turned on by her sexually. He will even take the verbal abuse just because he's satisfied sexually until she stops sleeping with him. But yeah, unfortunately, there are men out there that do get into committed relationships with women for the full-time sex, but that gets really, really, really old depending on who the woman is, because the woman can pretty much just go ahead and shut it down and just be like, yo, no more box until I get your last name. And now at the tail end, she said, women really do not seek men for money. They don't come off as manipulators for his money or his resources. They pretty much just see through the BS that most men are coming with. And the statement that most women are not manipulative when it comes to a man with money and resources. They just see through the BS. So my thing is this. She mentioned that you might as well get something out of it. Now that right there is dangerous. If you know that the man is BSing, then why continue to give him the attention that he seeks? So you might as well get something out of it, like a bag, some money, rent paid. You want him to still trick on you. So which means you're not going to sleep with him. You're going to basically let him continue to do what he do. Obviously, manipulation will have to take place. In order for a man to continue to do that, you have to do something likable. So you have done something for him to continue to trick, or whatever you want to call it. You've done something, or you're doing something. Because if he's not going to get anything in return, he's going to go ahead and move on to the next chick. But if you're going to sit there and say, we see through the BS, so I might as well get something out of it, that to me sounds like manipulation, because you could just basically just be like, yo, be gone. So why continue to take his money? And what BS are you seeing? That he notices you, you're pretty, he wants to take you out and wants to get into a committed relationship with you. He's telling you everything that you want to hear. And then when you give her the box, you think that he's going to stay around, but he's also going to mess with other women. So it almost sounds like you already know that. But until then, if I'm going to give up the box and I know that he's going to be messing with other women, I might as well get something out of it. So in a way, sex is still transactional. So if I give her the box, I'll get a Birkin bag. If I give her the box, I get my rent paid. So basically, you're going to give up something that he likes in order for you to get something that you normally could get for yourself. You ladies can get your rent paid on your own. You guys can get your car notes and all that shit paid on your own. You can buy your own bags and clothes. But my thing is this, if you're still stating that I'm going to go ahead and continue this sexual transaction because I know he's full of shit. It's like, yeah, he says he wants me. He says he wants to be with me, but I know he messes with other girls and everything. It's like, why stand for it? The thing is this, now we got to pick which one that you want to deal with. Do you want to be with the man that gets into a committed relationship with you just for sex, but he likes you? Yes, sex was a big deal for, we're men. Sex is a big deal to all of us men. But if you know that normally we commit to women because the sex is good and we don't want to sleep with anybody else, where's the BS? Because most likely we get past the sex part. We start doing non-sexual shit for entertainment and enjoyment when we're in a relationship. We do. So over here on this end, the BS that you see, if you're going to manipulate a man because you see through his BS, then that kind of means that you're bullshitting too. But anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and throw this reaction out there. Shout out to the subscriber that went ahead and sent this one to me. I hope you guys like my opinion. If not, oh well, there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to the space. But anyways, y'all know how I do. I'm out this piece. Good evening, Mr. Black.